Hello everybody, welcome back to our English slices. Today we will complete the second part of our important topic, learning languages. In the first part we have discussed some important idioms, and here we are about to start the second part, completing the next 4 idioms, and at the end we will have a context in order to know how to use the idioms in context and in speaking in general. Let's start with each other with the first idiom. By the way, when you learn any language or anything like that, you should have to revise the language, the words, the grammar and that, and you should practice in order to be perfect by the time that. So I have to ask you an important question that is related somehow to our idiom. Do you revise a language before using it again? Actually, I think all of us, when we start learning any new language, we do that. So let's discuss the idiom we have, and it's brush up on a language. Actually, it's to practice and improve a language you learned before, English, if you learn Dutch, any language, foreign language you learn or anything like that. You have to practice, you have to improve in order to be perfect and fluent by the time. Here we have an example. He's brushing up on his German before traveling. Actually, I do that right now because I have to travel to Germany in the future, inshallah. Right now, you have to make your own example in order to make sure that you understand the meaning of that idiom well. Okay. If you learn any new language, maybe at the beginning you don't have the ability to express your ideas, you know a lot of words, you understand the grammar well, but when you think about the ideas about how to express your feelings or the topic you need to discuss, you feel hard. So my question is, are you good right now at expressing your ideas clearly in English? By for example, here's the idiom we have here, and it's have a way with words. Actually, it's to be good in expressing the ideas, using your language, even your mother tongue language, or your foreign language English, as I said. And here we have an example. When we have an example, she has a way with words in both Arabic and English. Actually, I think all of us are like that. If you understand English well, I think you will have the ability to express your feelings, your ideas very well in English. Right now you have to make your own example in order to understand the meaning and the idiom well. Okay, the third idiom we have today is related to learn something new. Actually, I need to ask you a question before we start. Do you usually start learning language? How do you start learning new languages or new things? I think we have to learn the basics, the grammar, for example, is one of the basics, the basic words and that. So it's the idiom we have is learn the ropes. The ropes here means the basics. It's to learn the basics of something new. And because we are talking right now about learning languages, we can connect it with the language. Let's see the example. At first he was learning the ropes of the new language. We do right now we try to learn the ropes, but the ropes of the idioms of a new language. Right now you have to make your own example, and it's so easy. You can connect the idiom so easily with learning language topic. Okay, right now we have the last idiom. Actually, I need to ask you about your goal in English. I think most of you will answer that we need to feel confident speaking in another language. And you have to ask yourself right now, do you feel confident speaking in another language? For example, English. So it's the idiom we have here. Find your voice. The meaning of finding your voice idiom is to become confident in expressing yourself, to express like yourself or like your ideas, like what you need like to talk about, what you feel, anything in your foreign language or like in your language in general, like when you learn new thing, but especially here languages. And here we have an example. After a month of practice, she finally found her voice in English. I hope that all of us like reach like that phase in the future, inshallah. And right now, don't forget like to make your own example. Okay, the last thing we have here, like the context, in order like to make sure that we understand everything well. Learning languages takes time and practice. Some people pick up a language naturally, while others learn by heart new words and expressions. At first, learners may find it hard to get their tongue around new sounds, but with time they learn the ropes of the language. As they practice more, they brush up on the language, find their voice, and communicate better. People who have a way with words can express themselves clearly, and with enough effort, many learners can speak like a native. And here we reach like the end of our video part 2 of learning languages. Thank you for your attention. Hope you find this useful, and I hope that all like our videos are useful and important for you. Goodbye, and see you inshallah in the next video. Goodbye.